Why am I drinking a cider called No Boats on Sunday? Because it goes perfectly with my Tilley Paddler's hat. If you do a lot of adventuring outdoors, you're going to need a good lid for your noggin, and I can't think of a better thing to put on top of your head than a Tilley hat. Tilley hats are Canadian made and have a reputation for durability. They're insured against loss and they're guaranteed for life. So how could you possibly go wrong? The Tilley Paddler's hat, which you see here, is one of Tilley's latest offerings that are out this year. The hat comes in a range of colors, but all of them have the same basic features. As you can see, there's a nice stiff brim. It'll resist the wind when you're on the water, and you can also, if you want, snap up one side, both, or none, just as easy as that. Along the top, you'll notice that it has a couple of grommets, as well as a little bit of a slash in the back here. These are for ventilation so that your head doesn't get too hot out in the water. The hats are all rated UPF 50, so they're guaranteed to protect you from the sun. And the reason I really like a hat like this with a brim not just in the front but all the way around, it's going to protect your neck from those sunburns out on the water. If it gets windy on the water, they've also got you covered. You'll notice a very bright green shock cord is actually around the entire hat. And if the winds are coming up, you just basically put this chin strap around you here, and that hat will stay nice and snug around your head. Now I should mention, another thing that I really like about the Tilley hat is that these are not one size fits all. They're actually sized specifically for your head. So on the website, you can go online and you'll find a fitting guide. So before you order a Tilley hat, you can find out exactly what size is going to fit your head the best. So as far as fit goes, the hat fits really snugly as long as you get the right size. It's got a nice kind of plush lining around your head so it's never uncomfortable, and it stays relatively cool. Like most Tilley hats, both the brim around the hat and the top feature a foam layer in between, and that's to give the hat flotation. So as a paddler's hat, if it happens to fly off your head in the middle of a wave and it'll land in the water, it won't sink, which is nice to know. Since it's still early season here in Ottawa, I haven't had the hat out paddling yet, but I did bring it with me to Las Vegas for a one-week trip where I did a lot of hikes out in the desert. One of the great parts about the hat is if you want to pack it for travel, no problem. You can just crush it flat like this, shove it in your backpack or in your suitcase, and when you get to your destination, you just pop it back out, and if you need to, you can use your knee to form the brim a little bit further, and it'll look just as good as the day you pulled it out of the box. Now Tilley does say that you should wash this hat often, like you would any good technical garment. But here's a tip, don't ever put this thing in the dryer. The foam will actually crinkle up if you do that, which is exactly what happened to my buddy in Vegas with his Tilley that he's had for over 15 years. Now at the beginning, I mentioned that these are insured against loss and guaranteed for life. So Tilley stands behind the product, and if your hat blows off and into a canyon that you can't retrieve, they'll give you back half of the value of your hat. That's how confident they are that you're going to love this hat. Also, as far as the guarantees go, if for any reason it ever fails and there's a defect, return to them and they'll replace the hat. And one last feature that they have on most Tilley hats is this little Velcro pouch that's actually on the top of the hat underneath your head. What's that good for? Well, I don't know. How about stashing a $20 bill for emergencies? Maybe an emergency map, space blanket, anything like that. Just something that you can stick up there and don't have to think about, but it's there if you need it. Well, that does it for my review of the Tilley Paddler's hat. For more information on this and all their products, head to tilleyanddurables.com.